Guru says, who dares goes beyond me. Because Guru is a form. And you are formless. So when you enter the form, there was the Guru who was teaching you. You followed him, you trusted him. He told you, I am, and now you are, I am. And now he says, go beyond that I am. It looks like emptiness, but it's the greatest bliss. Some people have things and I show them, and then they say, how do you know that? But it's obvious that I know because I am them. I am all that exists. I know why and who, and I don't forget. They have things that happened 10 years ago and they have totally forgotten, and I still know it. How come? I wonder how come. Yeah, it must be that I am in that form, experiencing it. It must be that I am the only one experiencing this whole creation. It must be that I am the creator. And now I go beyond myself to that emptiness, that blissful field, and you don't have to wait till you die to feel happy and blissful, because it has nothing to do with having a form, being an I am, or drifting in that blissful state, because that state is this here. Your body form is drifting in that state, and you are that freedom in which you as body drift. So what's there to do? Everybody is that same drifting atoms and forms in the space that you are. Don't search for that which cannot be found in a form. It's only there when you leave the form and stop being a somebody. There is not you, and you are in some space or in the cosmos or in whatever. Know that all what exists, this space, is in you. You are so much greater than this creation. And that's go beyond the Guru. I see the picture of my Guru looking at me with his penetrating eyes. And I say, sorry, I really don't dare to go beyond you. Sorry, you said it, but it's something changing, and I feel I am. And he says with his eyes, there. Yeah, but I don't want to let you down. You cannot let me down, because I go with you beyond me. I am going beyond the creation. It means I am not creation and then I am behind that. I am prior to it. Whatever comes out of me is my own creation. And then my Guru came with me and he said, go. And he brought me back to that I am. And then he said, go beyond the I am. I go with you. That means that there is only this one, the absolute. That's the I reached the absolute. Where the absolute reached me, it's not anything moved. Nothing ever happened. Nothing ever happened. What a strange creation. When the doorbell rings, I go open the door, knowing there is no one ringing and no one opening the door. And still, the images appear in this space. But beyond that space, there is something that knows about it. So I go and open the door when someone rings. But actually, there is no door at all. It's funny to know that you don't exist while you exist eternally. What a strange creation. I am not born, but I see the world. There's war. I see people die, crying. There is no world, no planet. Nothing ever existed. And still you can see so many images that touch deep, because they are painful and some are enjoyable, laughing. Most of it is very sad story. That's to say that people believe, because I see them, but is it that they really do? Am I the only one who see other people? Do they not exist? So they cannot even see? They cannot fight? Where is it coming from, those impressions? If there is a mind that imagines this cosmos with all puppets on it moving around, where is the place that this cosmos can exist in? Nowhere else than in this imaginary space that imagines world with movements, and they are painful and they can touch you deeply that you cry it out. But you are not even born, you have no form, there is no place for you that you can live in, because there is no place. Space cannot take a form in it, then it is not space any longer. Nisargadatta Maharaj said, you were never born. Although you are here now, you are not born. This man was so deep, and he is in me, because I hear the words he says, so they are here. His presence is this, and there is nothing but this mind, this one great consciousness. That's all there is. But where can you how is it possible? Where is the place that you can walk in? You know what I mean? Can you imagine space, emptiness, that you walk around there? It's not possible. And the world that drifts in that space, that is not possible. There is no room for a world with you on it. It is not possible. There are no gods and no devils. There are no oceans, no mountains, no animals, no sand, no stars, no skies. It doesn't exist. How can you see it if it is not there? And how come that one time you see this and other time you see that? At the same time you can see night and daylight, because you imagine night above your head in the evening and the sun rising on the other side of the world. You can imagine that you created yourself those images. But are they there? Is there a world with the sun shining on it and a night with stars? Where? Where is it? Can you point at it? There. No, only in your imagination. My goodness, it is so strange to be empty and still see all objects. And it's funny, when there's a black night and you see a star and you point your attention to the star, it disappears. That's amazing. It's the same way when you see yourself and you point your attention to yourself, then where are you? It's all like an onion. Nothing left of it. All is peeled off from you. All layers of thinking and imagined images, forms. It's not there. My God, am I? Yes, but not as this. You are. And before that you are. Before you think and create, I am. Before that, you are. But there is no place for you to be, because there's only emptiness. The greatest blissful, peaceful awareness is empty. This world doesn't exist. It's just imagination. Still, I walk around. I'm saying, tomorrow I go do this or that. It needs to be done. I have to go there. And no, it's not me going there. I don't exist. There's nowhere to go. There's no place where you can go. It's only my imagination that is moving around in an imaginary place. Because nothing exists. Nothing exists in emptiness. It's the only thing that exists is empty. There's no form, there is no material, there is nothing. It's impression. It's energy. can it go? And you will see tomorrow I will go to the bakery for bread. But I will not go there. It's my imagination that says now, in a couple of hours, I go. But I'm not going there. There are no hours. There is nothing. Not a thing. And still the bread tastes good. Only impressions. They press in impressions. They make feelings, and they make wantings, and they make likes and dislikes. Those impressions that don't exist. Imagination is not something that is real. It doesn't exist. It doesn't. There is no place, no room, nowhere where something can exist in only imagination, and that's not real. Are you aware that you don't exist? That you only see imagination, no creation, nothing ever existed. X isness. There is only isness. Nothing came out, no exit. What you see is your own imagination. Nothing ever took form. Nothing ever was created. Nothing ever was materialized. Nothing ever had a form. Nothing ever moved. Nothing ever existed but Brahman, that potential power that never created anything but its own self-being, aware of its own self. There was never any form in creation. There was nothing created. There was nothing materialized. There was nothing born, and nothing appeared ever. It's only imagination which never took form. That blissful being is your eternal self-awareness, aware of awareness, which had never a form. It's Brahman without Brahman. Are you aware that you don't exist at all? That you are your own fantasy. No form ever existed. You see only your own imagination on the screen of your mind, which doesn't exist itself. There is nothing but imagination. Nothing was ever created. Nothing was ever materialized. Nothing was ever put in movement. Nothing ever took form. No thing but Brahman exists. The timeless, formless being which never moved. You are just an idea in that Brahman existence. You don't exist. The idea of you exists. Let that be your eternal silent peace. So funny feelings appear. Just came to me, my mind looking at me. It's so funny that there is a living being in me. This here is an instrument with a living being in it, but it is not visible. That living being uses this to experience and act, but that same living beings has been using so many other bodies. It has a long way covered. It has been on a long way. That same living being, that aliveness, has been alive in a plant. I remember being blown and couldn't move, only by the wind. It was not my moving, it was the wind that moved me. Then I remember being in an animal with the claws and going on, rushing after prey. It was not the movements of the animal. It was me moving in that animal, but the circumstances made the animal move, because it was running after prey to feed. If it wouldn't run, it would die. So that being wanting to survive made the animal run, that consciousness, and it made it eat and live. But animal died, and that living existence, what was in the animal, grew further and further by experiences, and then it came it came in a form of a human being. And in that human being, that same living being that is now here, was in that human being fighting for itself, defending itself, protecting itself in order to survive. It did so in the plant, but it was cut off by the wind or crushed by some food, stepped on it, and then it came in the animal, and it was eaten by other animals, and then it came in a human being, and a human being was used for consciousness grown insights, and the aliveness in that human being was experiencing to go on. Well, what do people? They fight for themselves, they fight against others to survive. Fighting to survive. But the body went down, and there came another human body where that living being that is now here was in at that time. And on and on and on it went, because the consciousness in that human being was only pointed to the beingness where it was at that time, at that level, to survive, to survive, to survive. But it never survived. It always went down. All forms broke down, and the living entity in it went on in another form, and now it reached this form, and it's the last one. Because thanks to the experiences that this body was in, it reached the highest wisdom. And now it says, I'm grateful to the body that brought me to myself. It's funny, that story, because it wasn't really there. It was only experienced as a feeling of an imagination, a journey through forms to develop consciousness. And I noticed that this body is always used to point out things, and because it reached itself and it feels other forms struggling. That same inner being this is in this body is in all bodies, and it feels the struggling of the others to reach that level of consciousness, so that it merges and it becomes one again, one dreamer, dreaming all the forms to come home to its own selfness, self-awareness. What a funny story.